music. He's like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music. Love, love.
Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. This is my review for Queen Sugar Season 3, Episode 3. It was a really good episode today. I'm just going to get right into it because it's 1 o'clock in the morning. Today's lipstick, I cannot remember the name of the color. However, it is Rihanna's Fenty Beauty. She only has like a couple of pink colors. This is the actual color. I can't remember the name of it, and I remember I peeled the bottom part that said the name off, and I can't remember the name of the color, but it's a really pretty pink color. She only has like one pink color, so if you go to the Fenty Beauty website, you'll see what it is. But yeah, it's Fenty Beauty, and I love it. Okay, so this particular episode, I think I was a little bit mad at Nova a little bit in this episode. You know, we'll talk about it a little bit later. So we do see Micah at the beginning of it. It's Micah, basically. Micah's picking out an outfit for school because he is going from his private school to a public school. And it's a school that his girlfriend Kiki goes to. So he's kind of happy about that. He picked out his little all black outfit, his little Yeezys or whatever. And, you know, Charlie's like, look, you know, I'm trusting you to go to the school to keep your grades up. So I need you to kind of keep your grades up, do all of that, do all of that, do all of that, and don't let me down. And he like, Ma, I got this. Don't worry about this. I've always had good grades. I'm going to keep good grades. I want to get distracted. And, you know, it's going to be what's going to be. But I'm like, he finna go to school dressed like Kanye West and them damn Yeezys in that all black outfit and that damn Yeezy jacket. So, but at least one of the hoes in it. He went like a slave. We do see his first day. You know, we see that he does not have any classes together. But at least they was able to kiss in the hallway. I guess that's what you do when you date somebody in high school. Did we kiss in the hallway in high school? I mean, yeah, we did. Anyway, so, you know, he's at the new school or whatever, kind of get acclimated to things, and he gets into the lunchroom. And everyone knows the lunchroom is the most important room at school because it's the one place you were able to just conversate. And I know conversate isn't a word, but I say it anyway. To hold conversations with people or whatever. And so when he first goes in, because he does not really know anyone besides Kiki, he hasn't seen Kiki yet. He does see the 4 protester kids who were sitting at a table. And it's like, oh, you know, you want to sit down? Okay, cool, sit down. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Michael West goes here. Yay! Because, of course, they all know Michael West as, you know what I'm saying, his daddy's son. And, you know, he sits down, you know, Kiki come in and she sits down as well. And it was a weird part for me because at one point, one kid was sitting on the table and the security guard from the school said, hey, kid, you know, we need you to sit in the seat. Like, you can't sit on the table. And he said it all nice and respectfully, whatever. He didn't have no bass in his voice or nothing. And the kid kind of stood up and, like, looked at him like, you know what I'm saying, I ain't going to do shit. And I'm like, what you get mad for, bruh? I mean, nobody else sitting on tabletops. I mean, at my school, we wasn't supposed to, but we did. But if someone said sit down on your butt, you just sat on your butt. And when they walked away, you get back up on the table. So, it was a weird thing of, and it's a thing of, I'm like, sometimes kids shouldn't challenge authority, you know, because when the cop walked away, the security guard walked away, he then said, yeah, he don't want none of this. He don't want to be, like, exposed like the other cop, you know, the cop that, you know, was messing with Micah that they exposed in the last episode. This dress, I want to hit the microphone. I got this dress on that I love, and I haven't taken it off, and I'm all exposed and stuff. Got the arms out, boobs out, but whatever. So yeah, but yeah, they were saying how, you know, he doesn't want to get exposed like the other cop, and how people were saying that how the cop was a hero and he was disgraced or whatever. And so they're kind of just having a conversation about how unfair it is for that cop who clearly is a racist and was beating up kids is being labeled as a hero, while the black kids are being basically killed in the streets and just dying all over the place, and it's just not a fair situation. However, I felt like Micah felt perplexed because he was assaulted by that cop, and you know, not a lot of people know about it or whatever, and so that part was kind of weird for him. But I just felt like the little boy set his ass down, like, don't, you know. And I think that's the hard part of the thing when you have to tell your kids, you sometimes can't challenge authority just because, like, sometimes just sit down and leave it alone. Like, so that part for me was kind of, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I felt some kind of way about it or whatever. So, you know, we also see him and the kids hanging out later. It was real, you know, it was Micah getting along with the kids, hanging out. They went, like, it was riding a four-wheeler. You know, the kids asked him why he transferred schools. And he was honest and said, you know, basically, you know, I couldn't, at my last school, I couldn't organize anything like y'all did. Like, I couldn't be myself there. I just wanted to be here. So, you know, okay. That's my whole thing. So we see Nova. Nova has found out since she quit the paper, these stories that she had wrote with the paper could no longer be used as material for her book that she was going to write. So she's speaking to the editor lady who's saying, like, you know, I wish you would have talked us first, because we would have told you that if you quit, you know, the stories that you had we couldn't use now. So now you basically have to get all new material for your book. And at first they kind of threw Nova for a little bit of a loop, and then she said, oh, okay. She said, you can, you know, write about something else, you know, come up with some other kind of new material. So it kind of made Nova feel some kind of way. We do see that later on in the episode, she gets a check from the newspaper, basically her last check, from the paper. And the editor guy had just wrote on there, you know what I'm saying, I should have had your back. And she know that's true, whatever. So it's kind of a little come to Jesus moment of Nova knowing that she has to write about something. And at one point she was having a conversation with Micah, and Micah was like, you know, well, at least you got your book, you know what I'm saying, and you can now write about anything. And I think in that aspect of it, she thought about, like, I can write about anything, whether it's about my family, whether it's about slavery, whether it's about the Landrys, the Boudreaux, you know, all of these things going on, you know, slavery within the Boudreaux, you know, how their family could have been, were slaves before, just all the things that, you know, it's to talk about. So she put those little notes up so that she knows she can talk about them later, because she's trying to add to her what to write for. So we see that whole thing. You know, we see Ralph Angel basically, I forgot he got that job working at the docks, you know, at the little fish market or whatever. And, you know, we see he's there. He's basically getting aggravated because Darla calling him. I'm like, well, damn, bruh. You can't get mad that she called you because y'all do have a son together. And it's the thing, well, Ralph Angel need to grow up. Yes, she fucked up. Yes, she cheated on you years ago. Yes, she hid this secret that Blue might not be yours, and come to find out that he wasn't yours from you. But at the same time, Blue saved your life in one way or the other. And you saved Blue life. Like, if you want Blue Daddy, as the thing either Nova or Charlie said last episode, it was Charlie. You know what I'm saying? You were the best thing to happen to that boy. Sometime I think Ralph needs to understand. He's still young too, but he needs to understand, you know, you need to move on from this. You can't keep getting mad when she calls. She has to call you, because y'all gonna have to have some kind of conversation. But we see that whole thing. But the next thing we see, what is Ralph Angel doing? He letting that lady in his house. Yep, that lady he was sleeping with last week, we told her that she couldn't come in the house. They're gonna do it outside. You know, she's gonna pull it back up again for another tryst with Ralph Angel. And she is like, you know, where you want to do it? In the kitchen, in the truck. I'm looking like, you gonna just offer all the places that ain't got no bed? So, you know, he then take her in the house. I said, Ralph Angel, but Blue in the house and he sleep or whatever. You can't be having sex, nigga. It just never works out or whatever. So, you know, he take her in the house. We then see us, you know, Blue waking up like, Pop? And he's saying Pop as he's seeing the girl put her shirt on. You know, he's seeing the girl from the back putting her shirt on, and he like, oh, I'm right here, Blue, what's up? You know, let's get you back in bed. So, you know, he put Blue back in bed, and I'm like, he like, Papa, who that woman? Because he like, Daddy, who that girl? Like, Papa, where that girl come from? I don't know. That ain't my mama. And if you think about it, Darla or Ralph Angel, I don't think they've had a conversation with Blue that they ain't together no more. So I think for Blue it's even more confusing, because he like, who this lady? And it ain't my mama. Like, what the hell going on? You know, Hollywood trying to spend that money. Hollywood got that check, and it is burning a hole in his pocket, and he wants to spend that dough. But I like, boy, you want to spend no money, don't spend no money, don't buy this, don't buy that, because he was having a conversation with a barbershop person. He wants to buy a barbershop. And she like, what you want to earn a barbershop for? He like, well, because we can both be business owners. You know, you got your own business, I can get my own business. You know, and he like, you know, what's the point of this not spending the money? I agree with them both. I don't think he should try to spend all the money. I don't think I think he's allowed to spend some of it how he sees fit, and he should not waste it. But to say, well, I got this big check for however much it was, and to not spend nothing, because I'm still like, if you my husband, you my fiance or whatever, let's get a new stove so I can bake my pies. You know what I'm saying? It's the thing of, I don't want him to spend any money, and it's kind of crazy. But he then says to her, but it's okay because I splurged on one thing, and she's like, what? And he splurged on her engagement ring. So she finally has an engagement ring, and she was happy to have it. She smiled or whatever. It was a happy thing. It was a cute little, you know what I'm saying, Ava type ring. So it was what it was. Ralph Angel, he spoke to his PO officer at the last, I think maybe episode 1 or maybe episode 2. His PO brought up how, there were other men in situations like himself who were fresh out, who needed a new start. So if he's trying to hire some people, can he send some people over? So he's sending some people over or whatever. He sent a guy over, you know what I'm saying? Because Ralph Angel outside, and his potential new worker, you know what I'm saying, Benny, walk up. I said, hey, Benny. What you doing, Benny? I said, Benny's cute. Okay, Benny. So, he like, you late. It's 20 past or whatever. Benny like, look, man, we say, I don't have a car. You know how the buses be. Like, I know they be on time. The buses don't be on time. The buses ain't never on time. And I haven't caught a bus in a long, long time. However, I remember the buses were never on time, ever. Never, ever, ever. Well, I'll take that back. Sometimes they were, but sometimes they were not. And it also depends on if you're in the city or out the city. When I was outside the cities of Detroit, the buses weren't on time. But if you was in Detroit waiting for a bus, you was not gonna be there on time. You had to plan to be 2 bus times early to do some things. But again, this is years ago, so I don't know how it is now. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? Ralph Angel kind of trying to be a little bit of a hard ass first day because the guy was late. And he's, was dressing like some jeans and t-shirts or whatever. It wasn't job interview material. But I'm like, how do you dress for a job interview on a farm? I mean, I would assume that you wear overalls because it's a farm. But, it's neither here nor there. So, he kind of walked him through the land like, yeah, this is this, that is that. He like, oh, this is yours? He like, yeah, did you grow up on a farm? He said, no, I grew up in the bayou, so I know more about fishing than, farming. So then Ralph like, all right, I'm going to talk to you later. I'll let you know if I'm going to hire you. And then when he's walking away, because Ralph Angel kind of dismissed him. And he said, you need to get a flapper for that tractor or whatever. It costs like $15. And I'm like, see? He knows some things, Ralph Angel. Just go ahead and hire my future husband. So we then see a little bit later how Rod's talking to Nova. And, I'm seeing about how the guy was late to the interview, how he was dressed like he was going to a club, how he didn't have any experience. You know what I'm saying? She's like, oh, sounds familiar, because again, it sounds like Ralph Angel, and how at one point in time he needed assistance to get something because he didn't have the right clothes, he didn't have any experience, and people gave him a chance or whatever. And she like, brothers from prison needs people to give them a chance sometimes, and you can be that person. So you know what I'm saying, don't look at his faults, look at where he could be later. And then someone comes in like talking about how good it was to get that fixed rate for the 5 years for the farm, for the milling or whatever. And Nova like, how did Charlie get the farmers back and get a fixed rate for all that time? How did she do it? He like, oh, she doing what she doing. She doing what she doing. And you know what I'm saying? No, he said she did what she doing, and they never gonna see her coming. Meaning the Landrys, which makes, because again, no, the only one who knew about Charlie's plan was Ralph Angel, and then also a little bit of Remy too. He knows a little bit too, but Nova didn't know. So at this point in time, Nova, this is when I say Nova kind of made me mad, because Nova done called the whole family meeting to confront Charlie about what her plan is with the Landrys or whatever. And Charlie admits, like, yes, she sold the company to them for 1% equity into their company. And and I was like, after everything you done to build it, she's like, I was damn gonna lose it because they tried to ruin us in our first year, and I had to do what I had to do to save it. But also because with that 1%, I'm now in there, so I have access to stuff every day, and one by one, shareholder by shareholder, person by person, all their dirty deeds, all any lawsuits, I'm able to have access to that. It's like, I've only been there this short time, and I already know they've been in debt for years, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. And Charlie is she's a calculated person, so she's thinking 10 steps ahead on how she needs to do something, and she's willing to, basically bite the bullet and be the black sheep to make it happen. The whole family is again, like Nova's mad, Micah mad, Aunt Vi mad, Hollywood mad, Ralph Andrews is quiet. Hollywood even said, I quit a whole good job because they was almost involved. You're like, I know I'm not a borderline. She's like, right, you're not. Well, he just as much as I say. The thing is, it ain't even about the fact that he's just as close to family as it could be. At the end of the day, she doing what she feels she needs to do to change what's been going on for all these years. And what I'm saying, even though she's trying to explain it, because Nova like, you can't win at this game, and she's like, I ain't trying to win, I'm trying to eliminate it. Sometimes people, so it's a thing of, they're thinking from a standpoint of, this game is never going to change. You can't never win this game. And she like, if I eliminate the game, it's an even playing field, and then no one has to be the winner because it's even killing on a whole scale. And kind of nobody just kind of gets why she's doing it, and they're feeling upset for one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? But it's almost as if they're blind to what she's trying to do. They're upset on how she's doing it. She said, will people really care how it got done if they get what they need? And she was like, well, basically, yes, because, who wants to lay with the wolf who's preying on us or whatever, and, basically preying on the weak or the poor. But in the meantime, in between time, I'm looking like she got them good rates so they can meal. And again, she's willing to be the person who they're like, oh, you did wrong. So she's willing to basically be the black sheep. That people will be like, I can't believe she working with them. I can't believe this. I can't believe that. But at the end of the day, what I did benefited you. You know what I'm saying? So it's a hard thing of, does the end justify the means? And in Charlie's eyes, it will. Like, she's willing to bite this bullet and take it so that everyone else will have a fair shake, because at that point in time, it's like, I'm going to burn them to the ground from the inside. And because I'm doing it, and they don't know, they won't see me coming until it's too late, and I'm still basically standing on the ashes of the burned down legacy or whatever. I said, girl, go ahead, Charlie. Yes, okay, burn it down, girl. So, Charlie like, what, I'm just gonna leave. And she's like, okay, come on, Micah. And Micah, little light-skinned ass, don't want to go. I'm like, get your ass in that car, boy. But he don't leave, stay there, because he feels some kind of way too. I think for a little bit, Micah listens to Nova a little bit more than Charlie when it comes to, these kind of issues or whatever. He sees things differently. He thinks the way that Nova handles things is the best way to go, and that may not be true. So he's staying there because he's a little bit upset. So, yeah, the reason Nova made me mad was because she called the meeting simply because she didn't agree with what Charlie was doing. But the thing is, why not have a conversation with her before bringing in the rest of the family? Like, because you don't know what her reasoning is. So that probably, like, sometimes Nova only thinks things can go her way, and that's the equivalent of her, I want to write this book, the paper pissing me off, I'm gonna quit my job at the paper. Well, you did that because you felt some kind of way, because you felt to do that, and that's great. But then you did that, and now stuff that you plan to use for the book you can't use. Sometimes you have to make 5 steps ahead to get to the place you need to be. Like, you got to think ahead of time. Like, okay, I want this book, but my job pissing me off. What can I do to do both? And then say, fuck this job real quick. Think about them little extra steps or whatever. So, we do see later on that, Rod is talking to Charlie because she feels some kind of way, thinking that Micah basically hates her because of what she did, and how she feels that she may be a sellout, and I like how Ralph Andrews said, like, he won't hate you, he really loves you, he'll realize eventually that you're doing this for him, that you're trying to make it easy, not easy, but you're trying to, you're trying to even out the playing field for him, and make things fair for him, and eventually he will get that you're trying to build a legacy that he can live through later on. And they kind of hug or whatever, because he can see Charlie is upset that Micah might feel some kind of way about what she did. Hollywood class reunion. The weird thing about it is, first of all, Aunt Vi, when she all dressed up, she don't look her age. She looked the same age as Hollywood. So when at the little reunion thing, when you see the other people he talking to, I'm looking like y'all, like she don't look that much older than y'all or whatever. So you know what I'm saying? Is he up there talking to little old friends or whatnot? Here come his old supposedly ex high school girlfriend. Oh, hey, how's my high school sweetheart doing? Hey, Hollywood, let me get a hug. And then she hugs him, puts a breast all on him, try to put a breast on him or whatever, and she holding on, like he letting go, and she still holding on. I'm like, girl, you ain't involved like that. She gonna let me holding on for dear life. And so, Val looking like, baby, we just dated for 3 months, senior year, it wasn't that difficult. I'm looking like, it don't look like it. You know what I'm saying? Then we see the snooty ass girl come on to say, oh, I didn't get it, because she didn't address Vi. She said hello to Hollywood and to the other two people. She didn't address Vi because she's a rude ass bitch. So she now comes to the table. Oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't get to speak to you earlier. You know what I'm saying? I think we must have met back in the day. I was dating your son back in high school, whatever. Oh, hussy. Oh, baby, I was quite a lady at TCH. Hollywood, like, this is my fiance. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I am so sorry. I'm like, first of all, you and Ivy look the same age, honey. So either Ivy look younger, your ass look old. Which one is it? Okay? And then you don't look a day over 25. Well, bitch, you do. You look 50. What you gonna say about that? So at that point, he like, oh, Hollywood, this was just our song. You want to dance for all time? So he was like, no, this is my forever partner right here. I'm going to go dance with her. So him and I go out on dance floor. They cut a little rug, you know what I'm saying? Cut a little rug to some Jodeci. And they dancing. His friends come out, they all dancing. I'm like, oh, y'all go ahead and have y'all fun. I'm going to go get me some water. So now when she walk out the dance floor, she has a little reaction as if she's having some kind of little, flare up or whatever. She has lupus, so it could be something. And she take a little sip, and she gonna have a little seat. So you know what I'm saying? She have a little seat. So Hollywood see her having a little seat, and he come over, hey baby. She like, oh no, go back with your friends, have fun. He like, no, I didn't talk. I didn't talked up so much. I'm all talked out. I said every joke, all this that I know, whatever. And the guy, my friend, like, he keeps talking. And he looking at, Ivy. He like, you know what? I'm just really beat. I want to go home. Like, how about I take my lovely fiance home? And she said, okay, if that's what you want to do. I feel like he knew she wasn't feeling good. So he like, I don't want her to feel like that she has to be out here sitting by herself, just kind of catch a second wind. Because at the end of the day, Hollywood love Ivy. And he don't care about them people. He like, I want to go home with you. So I do feel like he maybe knew she was not feeling good. My eyes, I'm so sorry. I feel like he knew she wasn't feeling good. And so he just said, let's go home. And I'm like, but that's what a good fiance does. Okay. We see Ralph Angel in the bed, and you hear some noise. And he like, Blue, and I thought to myself, I hope that boy who came to his house to interview ain't trying to like break in or steal the damn or just do something stupid or whatever. But no, it's just Blue. Blue had knocked his drawer over. He like, I was trying to get some pajamas. I had an accident. So of course he just wet the bed. And he like, why don't you come tell me whatever? Like, I was just trying to change it or whatever. He's like, he said people have, and I love how Ralph Angel did not make him feel any kind of way about it. He's like, no, people have accidents. It's okay. I'll always be here to help you clean it up. Don't worry about it. I just need you to always tell me, so I can come help you, whatever. He says, what? It happened again. It happened yesterday too. And he said, why didn't you come? Now, why didn't you tell me? He said, well, I came to tell you, and you was with that lady. With that lady, you know what I'm saying? So, he like, okay. So at that point in time, Ralph Angel realized, I'm up here trying to do stuff. This girl had sex or whatever, and my son was coming to tell me he had an accident, and he didn't tell me because I had a girl here. Because it's a thing of he put Blue back in that wet ass bed. Okay, so it's a thing of he also realized Blue didn't want to bother him, so Blue got up and just figured, I'll change my sheets and I'll change pajamas, and I ain't got to bother my daddy. You know what I'm saying? So I think Ralph Angel realized he was trying to not bother me, and that bothers me that he thought he had to do that. So he like, you can always come to me, you can always come talk to me, whatever. So we do see the next scene, he like, you can sleep in my bed tonight. And he see the girl calling them because that's they call time, that's their booty night call or whatever. And he go outside and he thought like, I'm just chilling with Blue tonight, you know what I'm saying? I can't do it tonight. He like, matter of fact, I'm going to be, chilling, taking things slow, whatever. So, kind of like letting her know like, we can't keep doing this, because I got Blue. And she said, I understand because my daughter's with her dad right now too, so I get it. But you're going to be missing. I'm like, take your ass on somewhere, girl. He just told you he chilling. But I can say it seems as if she like him, but it's like y'all just having sex at night. Like, okay. But I like how he told her, he just, I have to take care of my son. It was, it was kind of cute. And she's like, I'll see you later. Will you, girl? Anyway, we see Micah and Nova have a conversation, and basically, Micah is kind of saying, you were right. You know what I'm saying? I can't believe my mom did that. You know what I'm saying? I can't believe she sold out for only 1%. You know what I'm saying? I wish she could be more like you. Which Nova said, you can't wish that. Your mom was great. She has all these accomplishments. She has all these accomplishments. Even bringing up, like, I don't agree with your mom's, what she's doing, but it does not mean she's wrong. She brings up how many people have wanted the same thing, but wanted to do it different ways. Saying how some people want to storm the castle, while other people just wants a seat at the table. But they all want the same thing. It's just a different way to get at it. They all want to be heard. They all want to be respected. They all want to be given a fair chance. But how they get to that point is different. Some people want, like, you know what? Let's knock all the gates down and storm the castle. While other people like, you know what? Let me be a person with a seat at the table making the decisions, because if I'm here helping making the decisions, I can possibly help. So again, it's two different perspectives on how you can get through something to change something. And I think what Nova realized was what Charlie said, is she's the only one doing something. She's just doing it her own way, because she was saying, like, I don't agree with how she's going about doing it, but I get what she's trying to do. And then, was that it? Yeah, basically. So, he got what Nova was saying. Like, it's a great thing. We then see Micah and Charlie basically having a conversation. And he like, I just need you to, can you promise me that, you'll win? And I like that she said, I can promise you it'll be worth it. Meaning, even if I don't win, whatever amount of damage and destruction I do is worth whatever I went through to get it. Let's hope it don't be no craziness. Nobody had to die or get cut a limb off or nothing like that. Let's just hope it be what it be. And he did, he's like, I love you and I believe in you, whatever. And then the last thing that we see is basically Ralph Angel on the, sitting with Benny, because Benny there for interview number 2. Okay, hey Benny. And he like, it's hard work, it's slow. Like, what was you in jail for? He said, I was in jail for stealing cars and selling parts to make money. And he like, this ain't quick money. It's gonna be slow days or whatever. He like, I don't want no quick money. I don't want to go back in there. Meaning, I don't want to go back to prison for quick money. I'm gonna have to, take things slow, do whatever. And then, Rod gives him an application, say, fill this out, bring it back, and I want to see you bright and early in the morning. I said to myself, why not give him the clipboard, let him fill it out right then, and then they say come back to work tomorrow? But I'm saying, I like her, so we can't be, beggars can't be choosers. And so Benny leaves, and then you hear Darla's voice, and I'm like, oh, Mom. So Darla's back, and Ralph looking at Darla looking at Ralph, and it's like, who gonna do something? Who gonna say something? I feel like Ralph needs to forgive her and move forward. Like, not even forgive her and get back with her, but forgive her so that they can get to a point of common communication and co-parenting for Blue. Because if you keep being upset with her, Blue gonna notice it. Okay, and Blue loves his mama, and Blue does love his daddy too. But however, you should never want your kid to see you treat their parent differently. You know what I'm saying? Because that can make them think, well, my daddy was mean to my mama, so I need to be mean to my girlfriends. You just don't want that cycle of abuse to come into the play in any which way, form, or whatever. And that's basically the whole episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I am Jay Lee. This is Jaylee's Corner. Peace.